when South Africans from all walks of life adopted the Freedom Charter in 1955 in Kliptown,
Madam Speaker.
Soweto.
Madam
They
Speaker,
declared, amongst others, that
Madam
South
Speaker,
Africa
I
belongs
rise
to
on a
all who
point
live
of,
in it,
a question of privilege.
black and white, and that no government can justly
Madam
claim
Speaker,
authority
I rise in terms of
unless
Rule
it is
14C.
based
Can
the
I be
Honorable
on the will
President,
of all the
Honorable
people.
President, I'm sorry to interrupt your speech. If the President would not mind just taking a seat so we can listen to this honorable member's point of order.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, I rise in terms of Rule 14C of the Joint Rules of Parliament 6th edition, the Parliament of the Republic of South Africa, on a question of privilege. May I proceed? May we ask the President as to when he is going to pay the money in terms of what the public protector has said? That's the question of privilege. Would like to. And accordingly, since he has not been answering question, we hope today he shall answer that question. I thank you.
I would like to remind you, honorable member, that a point of order must relate to a point of procedure concerning the current proceedings. As you know, today's sitting is convened for a specific purpose. That purpose is for the President to deliver his annual address to Parliament. Members will have an opportunity to debate and respond to the address by the President at the sittings scheduled for next week, including raising any related matters. So this is not a question session. The Honorable, the President can resume.
Madam Speaker, I rose on a question of privilege, not a point of order, but of both. So the issue of point of order, you have addressed it, Madam Speaker. The issue of the question of privilege, can the question be answered, Madam Speaker, or be told that it is in the speech that he is going to tell us when is the money being paid by EFT, cash, or e-wallet? Thank you.
Honorable members should be aware that each house has a procedure for asking of questions to the executive. This joint sitting cannot be turned into a question session. The President will be answering questions in the National Assembly on the 11th of March, as we've all been informed, and in the National Council of Provinces, questions to the President are provisionally scheduled for the 18th of March. Before then, members can always ask questions for written reply. That opportunity is available to members on a weekly basis. Members should use those platforms for questions. This is in addition to the interaction that will happen next week on the President's address. It is important that this sitting focuses on the business of the day, and that is for the President to deliver the State of the Nation address.
Yes.
Madam Speaker, I rise on Rule 14, Section C and L, on joint sitting of rules on point of order. We are of a view that the question deserves an adequate response. And we call upon the collective, this House to apply its collective memory to recall that the President has evaded to come and answer questions, not once, not twice, but more than 3 occasions. We're entitled to get answers to questions put before the President. And we insist that these questions, as we raise them, should be answered today.
Honorable members, I'm being patient with you by actually listening to your points in spite of the fact that I've explained that this is not the occasion for questions or points, whether of order or of privilege. This is a specifically called sitting for the President to deliver his State of the Nation address. I again insist and appeal to members to allow this House to proceed with the business of the day.
Honorable Speaker, I am rising in terms of Rule 14C of the Joint Rules of Parliament on a question of privilege. Honorable Speaker, it is the privilege of this House and the privilege of the nation at large to be provided with adequate answers on the issues that have been raised previously. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, if you insist on this approach and keep raising questions, even after I have explained to you not once that this joint sitting is not meant for any of the issues you are raising. As I said, not a point of order, not a point of privilege, no questions are the business of this particular sitting. This is a special sitting asked by the President for him to deliver the State of the Nation address, and the people of South Africa are waiting to hear. And this House has to proceed with the business of the State of the Nation address being delivered today without hindrance by any of the kind of conduct that is being displayed in this House this afternoon.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Malema, I don't think you are going to raise anything that is not covered by what I have said.
You are making a mistake because you are reading my mind.
Honorable Malema.
Allow me to speak.
Honorable Malema.
Please, Speaker, can I speak? Because
on what?
On the same points that members are raising, you are not doing me any favor, and none of these people who are howling are doing me any favor. It is within my right to speak as a member of this House and remind you that it is incorrect of you to want to suggest that when the President speaks, you suspend the rules. The rules are not suspended, and the rules must apply even when the President speaks. And you have not answered the question of Dr. Vauda. Stop treating people as a group, treat them as individual members of this House and respond to them as individual members. The individual member that spoke, you explain he sat down. The other one spoke, you explain he sat down. When Vauda's turn comes, you say, I've responded to you, and you are insisting, and he was speaking for the first time. Stop treating people as a group. We're speaking as individual members. We want the President to answer a simple question: when is he paying the money as directed by the public protector?